have you ever found yourself overwhelmed with negative thoughts? Overthinking of making the wrong decisions, worrying about the future, and being frightened of failing. Here is the truth. Fear of failure can look like a dark cloud. It is a common and significant problem. However, you can overcome it by considering that this failure is not a dead end, but a stepping stone on your path to growth and success. How do you force yourself to defeat the fear of failure? How to learn from mistake? And how to embrace failure as a learning opportunity? Let us break it down. Number 1. Reframe failure as a learning opportunity. By shifting your perspective, start viewing failure as a valuable experiment and a push toward growth. Rather than seeing it as a negative experience or judgment of your abilities and values, try to see it. It is a chance to redirect your perspective and approach. Take every failed experience as an opportunity to see what happens and what you can avoid in your future experience. Take every new experience with no pressure to succeed. Remind yourself, each new experience can lead to failure or success. By focusing on the lessons, after each setback or even when things do not go well, ask yourself one question: what can I learn from this failed experience? Identify the mistakes and try to avoid them in the future. You can try something else with more knowledge until you succeed. By embracing the process. What does that mean? Understand that the path to success is not linear, and that growth often comes through discomfort. Remember that, in most cases, success arrives after some experiments, setbacks, and many adjustments. So try to learn new things, build up new skills, and do not focus only on outcomes. Number 2. Face negative thinking or self-talk. Start paying attention to negative thoughts or your inner critics that arise when you try taking risks or facing potential challenges. When negative thoughts come up, try to reframe these statements and replace them with more positive affirmations. For example, instead of saying, "I'm not good enough," try, "I'm capable of learning new skills." Instead of saying, "Life is meaningless," try to say, "Life is good." These affirmations can fortify a more positive mindset. Number 3. Take small steps outside your comfort zone. Imagine you want to apply to a new job, but instead of submitting your application, you find yourself overthinking by numerous negative thoughts, like, what if I failed in an interview? What if I am not qualified? So you persuaded yourself to stay in your comfort zone, avoiding the chance to apply for that job and maybe any other new job. Understand that your brain seeks pleasure and avoids anything that shows discomfort. To resolve this lousy statement, take small, manageable steps outside of your comfort zone. These small steps can create a flow of waves in your life that can help you build resilience and confidence. Just so you know, once you submit your application, try to prepare for the previous interview by learning and reading everything related to this kind of job interview. Try to show your qualifications and abilities through your knowledge and insights. It's important to focus on what you can do in a job interview, rather than being upset by the outcomes that you can't manage. Number 4. Practice self-compassion. Instead of blaming yourself for your perceived failure, treat yourself kindly and stop being hard on yourself. Anyone can make mistakes. Do not worry. Acknowledge your efforts and accept that everyone experiences setbacks and losses. That is a normal fact of being human. You can fail and you can succeed. Remember to see setbacks as lessons rather than losses. Number 5. Embrace imperfections. Imagine you decide to write a new book. Instead of starting your first draft by writing ideas for chapters and subchapters, you find yourself waiting for the perfect moment or overwhelmed by negative thoughts. Like, what if this is not the best time to start writing? What if the subject of this book is not good? So you convinced yourself to wait for the perfect moment. The further you fell behind, the trouble of staying stuck. In this case, start teaching your mind to embrace your imperfections. Instead of waiting for a perfect moment, start small and consciously realize it. It is important to understand that nobody is perfect, and making mistakes is a part of life, right? Instead of thinking you must be perfect, tell yourself that starting to do something is better than waiting for the perfect time to make it. Confidence grows when you face your fears, not when you avoid what scares you. Then keep growing forward.